Hello. Hello. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. All right, so let's start the webinar. All right, I'm Yen from the Division of Program Promotion. Okay, today the topic will be Career Exploration and Assessment Workshop. Make a career choice that suits your personality type. All right, so we are proud that we have managed to invite Ms. Wang Bei, who is from the Counseling and Guidance Unit, to share this webinar session. All right, so later on, there will be a Q&A session. If you have any questions, you can list down there and then we will try to answer your questions. Okay, and during the Q&A session, there we have a evaluation form as well. Kindly click in the form and complete it. Okay, so next we will have a look at the background of our speaker, Miss Wang Bei. Okay, so she is a counselor from the Department of Student Affairs, and she holds a Master of Social Science in Psychology Counseling at University Kebangsaan Malaysia and Bachelor of Counseling at University Utara Malaysia. All right, so without further ado, let's welcome Miss Wang Bei. Hi, Miss Wang Bei.
Hi
Yeah,
again.
hi.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, you can see me, right? Hi.
Yeah, hi.
Okay, so shall I share my screen?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Okay. So hi, good.
Um,
Yeah, can you all see?
yeah,
Okay, good afternoon, everyone.
okay.
Today, I'm going to talk about make a career choice that suits your personality type. So, we know what is personality type about. We usually learn or we heard about what is introvert, extrovert, but how a personality type can suit your career choice. So this is just how to say a guide for you to know yourself better, your personality type, what is the suggested career that you can choose, you can make. Okay, so this is just a guide for you. So let us continue. So this is the psychological function by Carl Jung. So what is the psychological function mean? So psychological function is the ability to achieve one's goal within him and the external environment. What is the external environment? So yourself is a personality. So what is the external that you can or you cannot control? So number one, we can see here is sensation. Sensation is more to feeling like pain, hot, cold, something that you can feel. Although we use the word sensation, but we also have the word feeling. So later we can differentiate what is sensation, what is feeling. So sensation is something like you really feel it. You can feel pain, you can feel hot, you can feel cold, you can feel how to say from your sensory motor. So that's why that's called sensation. Okay. So the other one is feeling. Feeling is more to emotion. Like you feel sad, you feel happy, you feel worried. You feel the thing, just that it's not from your sensory motor, it's from your brain itself. You feel you worry, you disappointed. Those are feelings. Okay. So intuition is the you ignore the details and focus upon general context or atmosphere, different from thinking. Thinking is concerned for the true and false experiences. Okay, you might be a bit how to say confused. What is it about? What is the function, psychological function use? So let us go to the further slides and see. So I'm going to not to test that, just a small interaction between the speaker and those who participate today. So you need to help me to do some of the small activities so that you can know yourself better. Because when you only listen, it's too general. So you follow our step. By the end of the talk, you can usually know what is suits you. Okay. So you see, step one, I hope that you have a piece of paper and a pen so that you can jot down what code is you. So by the end of the talk, you will get a code which consists of 4 alphabet. So step one, you need to choose between I and E. So I'm going to how to say, I'm going to guide you how you choose your code to gain a code that you can suits your personality type with your career path. Okay. So the step one is the attitude of consciousness. So this is like you usually is an introversion person or extraversion person. So introversion is reflective and reserved behavior, but extraversion is outgoing, talkative, and energetic behavior. So this is just a very brief one. We can look into a more deeper one. So here, introversion, sometimes we very hard to differentiate whether we are introvert or extrovert. Sometimes you might say, oh, we are in the middle. So I would like to ask you, which one is more dominant in yourself? Is it introversion or extraversion? Okay, let us see what is introversion about. Introversion is I. So if you are introversion, you put the code I. If you're extraversion, you put the code E. Okay, you need to choose between one. Then you cannot tell me, oh, I want to choose both. No, no, you need to choose one which is more dominant to yourself. Okay, so if you are introversion, you like to getting energy from dealing with ideas, picture, memories, and reactions that are inside your head, your inner world. You like to do things that within yourself only, you know. I often plan, I often prefer doing things alone or with one or two people I feel comfortable with, meaning that you don't like to do things in a very big group. You hope that you want to keep it to your comfortable zone. You want to only keep it to those you really rely on. Okay, so I take time to reflect so that I have a clear idea on what I'll be doing when I decide to act. So ideas are almost solid things from me. So introversion person, the following sentence might applies to you lah. I seem as reflective or reserved. Reserved mean that um I don't like to talk much. I like to keep things to myself. I be very careful so that I won't do anything wrong. So that one is reflective or reserved. So how to say, in other words, you are not that active to show people something. You are more waiting people to show you. Okay, for those who just came in, I want to repeat myself again. We are going to choose we want to make your, how to say, we want to make your personality suits your career test today. So you are going to jot down the code that suits you. So by the end of this talk, you're going to get four alphabet code. So this is only the number one. So in case you missed whatever I have shared just now, this is just the first one, don't worry. So you can choose within introversion and extraversion, okay? Okay, so I continue myself introversion. I feel comfortable being alone and like things I can do on my own. You don't like you don't like group work because you feel like you need to discuss with other. You just don't like it to be like that. You just want to do the things by your own. So I prefer to know just a few people well. You don't need to have a big group of people. Okay, you just need a few that really knows you. They are always there when you need them. Okay, so nothing to do with positive or negative values, nothing, but you try to choose based on your characteristic, your personality. So nothing positive or negative. Okay, I sometimes spend too much time reflecting and don't move into action quickly enough, meaning that you always think you want to you tend to be a perfectionist, you know. That's why you always think how to make a perfect way to avoid mistakes. That's why you always think before you can action quickly enough. So sometimes you might spend too much time to think and reflect. Okay, I sometimes forgot to check with the outside world to see if my ideas really fit the experiences. So because you based on your own thinking and then you don't like to talk to people, so you always how to say, you usually not to say always, you usually forgot to check with the outside. You forget to ask the advice from others, but you based on what you know lah. That is what mean in this sentence. So I sometimes forget to check with outside world to see if my ideas really fit the experience. Okay, so next, we see the extra version, which is E. So you can choose I or E. This is the first quote that you're going to get. I repeat myself. So I like getting my energy from active involvement in events and having a lot of different activity. You have a lot of hobbies. You just like to be outdoor. You have a lot of activity that you can do this, you can do this, you can do A, B, C, and everything. I'm excited when I'm around with people and I like to energize other people. Okay, you like to uh, get around with people, you have to talk to others. I like moving into action and making things happen. Okay, this is very different from introversion. Introversion type person, they may be how to say, they they only like to think. They want to think to avoid mistake. So, but extroversion person, they like to make things in action first. They want to make things happen. They don't really matter whether it's a success or a failure. They just don't mind. They'll do whatever it is first. Okay. I generally feel at home in the world. This sentence is very hard to say. This person, this type of person, they will feel the whole world is their home. Meaning they can suit in whatever situation they have. So I often understand a problem better when I can talk out loud about it and hear what others have to say. So this type of person, they normally like to talk to others. Whatever they have like in their mind, they will usually talk to others, to many people also sometimes. Okay. The following sentence generally applies to me. I am seen as outgoing or as a person, as a people person. I feel comfortable in groups and like working with them. I have a wide range of friends and know lots of people. This is very different from introversion. I sometimes jump too quickly into an activity and don't allow enough time to think it over. So this kind of person, they tend to when they know about something, they usually want to do it immediately also. So sometimes they might face a lot of failure, they must face a lot of obstacles because they just don't have enough time to think it over again. So before I start a project, I sometimes forget to stop and get clear on what I want to do and why. So like what I mentioned just now, this kind of person, they when they want to do decision, they will just do without further thinking like that lah. So this is the first quote. First quote, you jot down whether you are I or E. Okay. So you can because you this is a small activity, so you can always stop me if you have any question or you don't know what we are doing lah. You can always stop me so to get your own code. Okay, next I see. Step two. Step two, you need to choose between sensing and intuition. This is based on the information that you get. Whenever you get information, you know how you get information, by sensing or by intuition. Okay, so sensing is live in now and enjoy facts. But intuition is try to find the deeper meaning in things. So let us see what is sensing, what is intuition. So the code for sensing is S, the code for intuition is N. So same as just now. Some people might feel they are in just in the middle, they don't know they are sensing or intuition or intro or extrovert. They might be both, but you try to pick one that is more dominant in yourself, okay? No positive or negative, it's just based on what you are, okay? So we see sensing, the code it is S. So sensing is paying attention to physical reality, what I can see, what I can hear, what I can touch, what I can taste, and what I can smell. So this kind of person, they really focus on the things that, like what they can see, they can hear, they can touch, they can taste, and they can smell. I'm concerned with what is actual, present, current, and real. So they don't like much of the thinking. Like they really relies on the facts that they believe only in facts. Okay. I notice facts and I remember details that are important to me. I like to see the practical use of things and learn best when I see how to use when I am learning. Experience speaks to me louder than words. So this type of people, they really let's say they always focus on their past experience and the facts. So they believe there are some reasons the experience is there are some reasons for the theory, that's why they always believe in them. So the following statements generally applies to me. Number one, I remember events as snapshots of what happened. I solve problems. This is very important. I solve problems by working through facts until I understand the problem. So how they solve the problem, how they get the information, through the facts, through reading, to the the newspaper report, so and so forth. So I start with facts and then form a big picture. So later you can see what is the difference between sensing and intuition before you make a decision. Okay, I trust experience first and trust words and symbols less. So I trust experience. I trust my experience in the past and I apply now. Sometimes I pay so much attention to facts, either present or past, that I miss new possibility. So how to say, can say this type of person, they very hard to receive new opportunity, new things, new idea. They feel very hard to support themselves if they don't have the facts. This is sensing person. And we go to intuition. The code is N. So intuition person paying the most attention to impressions or the meaning and pattern of the information. I would rather learn by thinking a problem through than by hands-on experience. So they like to think how to solve the problem rather than hands-on experience, because they believe that this type of person, like intuition person, they tend to believe that everything has a different way of solution. Even though we have gone through this in the past, so they always believe that I still can do better. I still can have a different way to solve it. Even though I solved in the past, but I still can have different way to solve it. I'm interested in new things and what might be possible, so that I think more about the future than the past. I like to work with symbols or abstract theories, even if I don't know how I will use them. I remember events more as an impression of what I was like then as actual facts or details of what happened. So if you don't understand what this thing means, you can see the following sentence. Okay, I remember events by what I read between the lines about their meaning. So like what they 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 remember things by whatever they have read. Okay, I solve problem by leaping between different idea and possibility. So this means that this person, they always like to how to say, they always like to listen to new ideas. They always like to know what is the possibility going to be. They just like new things. I'm interested in doing things that are new and different. I like to see the big picture, then to find out the facts. So different from sensing people, they like to see the fact first before they got the big picture. I trust impressions, symbols, and metaphors more than what I actually experience. Sometimes I think so much about new possibility that I never look at how to make them a reality. So they just based on their thinking. This is sensing and intuition. So if you still don't get me, you can refer to the Mandarin words, okay? This is step 2. I hope you got your code now. You have 2 code, introvert, extrovert, or sensing or intuition. Pick one from each group, okay? Next, step 3, the function of consciousness. Okay, this one, you choose the code based on your analysis and your decision making skill. So we have thinking and feeling. Thinking is T, feeling is F. So thinking, when I make a decision, I like to find the basic truth or principles to be applied. Regardless of the specific situation involved, I like to analyze pros and cons and then be consistent and logical in deciding. Okay, I try to be impersonal, so I won't let my personal wishes or other people's wishes influence me. Okay, you can see the following sentence. When you make decision, what type of people are you? Okay, I like enjoy technical and scientific fields where logical is important. I notice inconsistencies. I look for logical explanation or solution to almost everything. I make decisions with my head and want to be fair. I believe telling the truth is more important than being tactful. Sometimes I miss or don't value the people part of situation. I can be seen as too task oriented, uncaring, or indifferent. So the people who thinking, when they make decision, they tend to be more logic. They follow the logical thinking of how to say, the logical thinking from the past experience. So they analyze the pros and cons. How to say, when they make decision, they actually forget what is human. Can I say like that? They just forget, how to say, they forget to value the people as a part of a situation. Let's say lah, if I'm very good with A, but if I'm a thinking person, I don't care if I'm very close with A. I will make the decision based on the facts that I have. So doesn't matter the A is friend with me or doesn't want to friend with me, but what I make decision is based on I know about that person. I know about the facts, sorry. So we see feeling. So only then you can differentiate whether you are thinking or you are feeling. Okay. For feeling part, I believe I can make the best decision by weighing what people care about and the points of view of person involved in the situation. I'm concerned with values and what is the best for people involved. I like to do whatever will establish or maintain harmony. This kind of people, they they will try to make decision to not harm others. They want to make harmony. They don't want to fight with others. They don't want to quarrel. So this feeling type person. In my relationship, I appear as caring, warm, and tactful. So if you are a person of feeling, so you will find the sentence below fits you. I have a people or communication orientation. Mean you are very good to very close with people, you are very good in communications, so I'm concerned with harmony and nervous when it is missing. So you're very concerned about harmony. So this type of person, they try to be friend with any all type of people, so because they want the harmony, they just want to quarrel with other people. And then I look for what is important to others and express concerns for others. I make decisions with my heart and want to be passionate. I believe being tactful is more important than telling the cold truth. So this type of person, they always have a point of gray area. They will really think of they are more people oriented lah than the thinking person. So they always think of what is the how should I be? I don't want to be quarrel, so how should I make my decision better? So they will listen to others people explanation before they make a judgment or some decision. Okay, the next one. Sometimes I miss seeing or communicating the hard truth of situation. I am sometimes experienced by others as too idealistic or indirect. So this kind of person, if you say good, sometimes they just don't know how to they just don't know how to give people the correct or direct idea. Okay, so next. Step 4, this is the last code that you're going to get, the function of consciousness about structure. So in this code, we have judging and perceiving. Judging is J, perceiving is P. So judging tend to like things decided. Perceiving stay open to a final decision in order to get more information. Next, so judging. What is judging? So judging is I seem to prefer a planned or orderly way of life, like to have things settled and organized, feel more comfortable when decisions are made, and like to bring life under control as much as possible. This type of person, they like everything is planned, they have their schedule, what time to what time, what they want to do, and so on and so forth. So the following sentence you can easily understand, okay? So I like to have things decided. I appear to be task oriented. I like to make lists of things to do. You have a to-do list every day. So you need to fulfill the things that is listed every day. I like to get my work done before playing. I plan work to avoid rushing just before a deadline. Sometimes I focus so much on the goals that I miss new information. So for perceiving type of person, they seems to be prefer a flexible and spontaneous way of life. Like now it's 4:30 let's say. So you ask them to come out by 5 o'clock, they also okay one. But for judging person, they are not that way. If you want to date me for 5 p.m. today, you need to tell me one day earlier. So there's a difference between judging and perceiving. So perceiving, and I like to understand and adapt to the world rather than organize it. Others see me staying open to new experiences and information. So let's see. I like to stay open to respond to whatever happens. I appear to be loose and casual. I like to keep plans to a minimum. I like to approach work as play or mix between works and play. I work in bursts of energy. I'm stimulated by an approaching deadline. So meaning this type of person, how to say, they will give their best before the deadline lah. But for judging person, they will finish their work first before they go to play. So sometimes I stay open to new information so long so long I miss making decision when they are needed. So you just taking the information. How to say, this type of person, they are maybe more, they need someone to push them before they can make their decision. So now, if you have your code, can you type in the chat box so that I can see what your code are? We are going to see one by one. If you have your code, we can see one by one. So I repeat again, what is the code that you're going to have? So number 1 is either I or E. Number 2, S or N. Number 3, T or F. Number 4, J or P. So if you have your code, let me see. Okay, let us see one by one. Okay, so now the set 5, finally you got your code, right? So 16 combination of personality. This test you can get 16 combination based on your personality. Let's see one by one. So you based on the code, I will going to explain everything, but you based on your code only. But this thing is subject to change. But now you feeling you are that way, but maybe after 2 years is very different. So you can do this test again. Okay. So this test you can get it online, but you need to pay for the test. Okay, so type 1, sensing and introvert. This one I got see people with ISTJ, right? So this kind of person is more like inspector. They are life nature organizers. Why? Because they are reserved. They practical and quiet. They enjoy order and organization in all areas of their home, work, family, and project. They just like things, in order. Everything is in order and good. They are in follow their plan, so they like to carefully plan things out well in advance. Responsible and realistic. So what is the job suggested for you? Maybe a technical instructor, a school admin, accountant, police officer, dentist, pharmacist, surgeon, medical technologist, physician and assistants, optometrist, healthcare admin, judge and librarian. So this is just a list for you to refer to. It's not only that you can only choose from this list. No, you can always have more lists to choose, but this is the list that we suggest that based on your personality type. Okay, next one. If you want to screenshot, you can always screenshot. So under type 1, also sensing introvert, we have the second type of person, ISFJ, is a protector. This type of person, they committed to getting the job done. So they are quiet, kind, reliable, and trustworthy. Putting the interest of others above self. So they will think of others first before thinking of themselves. Practical, appreciate value and traditions. Carefully observe, taking into account the feeling of others. Okay, this one is, maybe you can be a dentist because you always put others above yourself. Okay, nurses, speech pathology, vet, optometrists, family physicians, child care provider, counselor, medical assistant, nutritionist, social worker, teacher, whatever you can think of, that they like to social with people also. Okay, the next one, let's see, ISTP, which is a crafter. So their philosophy of life is just do it. So they are quiet and careful, love actions, new experiences, hand-on activity, and the freedom to work at their own place. They like to work in their own place only. They just don't like to social with others. Interest to know how and why something happened, proficient in medical skills, daring to take risks, honest to friends, stick to values, but not fond to being tied to rules and regulations. They appreciate value, just that they don't like to be controlled or being tied to rules and regulations. Proficient in problem solving. So maybe you can be a sailor, surgeon, racer, driver, forklift and crane operator, mechanics, pilot, law enforcement, forensic, and carpenter. Because you like the things is more like you like to do things by your hands-on activity. So this is the things that maybe you can try. The next one, ISFP, which is an artist. So action speaks louder than words. Their philosophy is actions speak louder than words. So they are quiet, serious, sensitive, kind, dislike conflicts. They don't like to be they don't like to quarrel with others. Honest, disinterest to be a leader, they more to a follower, they are flexible and open-minded. So they can be a painter, choreography, film director, song composer, novel composer, composer of poetry, chef, fashion designer, interior designer, and landscape designer. So next, type 2. This is type 2, which is from intuitive and introvert. Okay, the first one, the first type, the first INFJ. So this type of person, they are idealists. So their philosophy of life is an inspiring leader and follower. They can be leader, they can be follower. Someone who is sensitive to others' feelings, adhere to values, and always abide by the rules in doing a job that has been set. An educated, knowledgeable, and reliable person in the workplace. Like everyone will listen to them because they are knowledgeable, this type of person lah. So what they can be a psychiatrist, they can be an actor, entrepreneur, religion worker, a musician, librarian, counselor, writer, teacher, and photographer. um because they are sensitive to others feelings, right? So they are more to human related job, I can see. Okay, the next one, INTJ, is more an architect. Their philosophy is life's independent thinker. They are independent, they are genuine, they are highly analytical and logical, have leadership skills that play a role in shaping a culture of sharing, set high standards in their achievement of self and others. They not only set high standard in themselves, they also set to others. So what they can be scientists, they can be engineer, mathematician, teacher, medical doctor, dentist, corporate strategist, business admin, judge, lawyer, computer programmer. Okay, next, let's see. So INFP is also an idealist. Their philosophy is making life kinder and gentler. So they are more introvert. They are idealistic, they are creative and driven by high values, have strong interest in making the world better place with high interest in how they can help others. Well, this kind of person, wow, they just want to make the life is the best place to live lah. So what can they be? Activist, elementary school teacher, librarian, special education teacher. They need a lot of patience and passion. So they can be editor, social worker, therapist, counselor, or writer. So next, we have INTP, which is a thinker. So their philosophy is life's conceptualizer. They are quiet and analytical, enjoy spending time alone, thinking about how things works and coming up with solution to problems. INTP has a rich inner world and could rather focus their attention on their internal thoughts rather than the external world. They typically do not have a wide social cycle, but they do tend to be close to a select group of a people. Because INTP, I am introvert, right? So they are they have a group of small group of people only. Okay, so they tend to be close to selected group of people. They don't have a very big group of friends, but they are loyal to their friend, I can say. So what can they be? They can be scientists, chemists, photographer, strategic planner, forensic scientist, mathematician, pharmacist, and geologist, software developer. So next. Okay, so fast we move to the type 3, which is sensing and extrovert. So sensing and extrovert, the first one, ESTP, they can be an entrepreneur. Their philosophy is life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all. So they rather take one, how to say, they rather go to a daring adventure rather than doing nothing at all. So they are outgoing, enjoy spending time with a wide circle of friends, interested in here and now, and likely to focus on details than taking a broader view of things. Love to take risks, impatient to listen. They don't have time to listen to you. You see, like what I put in this photo itself, they have too many things to do. They just don't have time to listen to you. They like people to listen to them. Okay, so what they can be sales agent, real estate development, politician, entrepreneur, detectives, marketer, and paramedic. Okay, next we see, because they are so extrovert. So this is extrovert. ESFP, they can be a performer. So their philosophy of life is let's make work fun. So the work must be fun in order for this type of person. So they are spontaneous, resourceful, and outgoing. Love being the love being the center of the attention, and are often described as entertainer or class clown. They like people to put their attention on them. They they like to attract people attention. They like people seeing there. They want to be very beautiful. They want to be very funny. They want to be uh as special as they can. Love to have fun and try to make things fun. So what they can be artist, actor, singer, comedian, athlete coach, childcare provider, musician, psychologist, and a counselor. Okay, next, ESTJ, which is a guardian. So it's a life nature and means. So they are practical, logical, and organized, assertive, and very concerned with making sure that things run smoothly and accordingly to the rules. They have strong belief and possess sensible judgment and expect other people uphold this same principle as well. So because they are guardian, and then they are assertive, so that's why they want everyone to be like them also. So what you can be a police officer, military, you can be a judge, politician, stockbroker, insurance agent, credit analyst, and pilot. Okay, the next one, which is the last one from type 3, is a caregiver, everyone trusted friend, is their philosophy of life. So they are kind, smart, loyal, and tender hearted. They have a way of encouraging other people to be their best and often have a hard time believing anything bad about people to whom they are close. They 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 feel very hard to believe that people will be treating him bad or treating him or her bad. They feel very hard to believe that lah. So what they can be a childcare, they can be a nurses, they can teach, they can be a social worker, can be a counselor, can be an optometrist. Okay. Okay, let's see for a type 4, which is the last type, intuitive and extrovert. So the first one, ENFP, is an inspirer. Their philosophy of life is people are the product. So they're enthusiastic, charismatic, and creative, able to do almost all the work that they're interested in, like new ideas, but not a detailed person. They like new ideas, but they are not detailed. Detailed meaning that they might make small mistake here and there. They how to say, they are not good in paperwork, like I can say. So they are flexible and open-minded, so they tend to have interests and abilities. So what they can be journalists, they can be actor, they can be reporter, they can be nutritionist, they can be social worker, politician, and nurse. Okay, next we see what we have. ENTP. ENTP is an innovator. Their philosophy of life is progress is the product. So they believe in the progress only. They are not that human-oriented type person. So they believe in progress and what they can see and feel. So innovative, clever, and expressive. They are always being idea-oriented in generating ideas and theories, like to debate, interested in new idea and projects. They don't like routine work. They don't like routine work. So what they can be: lawyer, psychologist, entrepreneur, consultant, inventor, scientist, and computer programmer. So next. So next we have a giver from type 4, ENFJ. Their philosophy is move talking persuader. So they enjoy popularities, sensitive but don't like to be alone. They are capable of forgiving friendship with all personality types. They have good ability to influence others. So what they can be marriage and family therapist, counselor, teacher, human resource manager, sales representative, flight attendants, dietitian. And I feel that they also very how to say, very uh they can be an insurance agent. For me, I feel that way. So the next one is ENTJ, which is a commander. So they are the life natural leaders. So an adamant person enjoy being a leader, have high skills in understanding an organization or group of problem, and are impatient with incompetence and courage to lead. They cannot tolerate with those people who like to drag, who like to do things like last minute. They just cannot tolerate with them. So what can they be? They can be business exec, um, organization builder or founder. They can be entrepreneur. They can be lawyer or judge. Okay, next. Yeah, so now it's a Q&A session. How? I hope you understand what we're trying to say.
Yep, so now is the Q&A session, and in the
Yes,
chat
yes.
box there is a evaluation form. Kindly help us to fill in the forms. And if you have any question, just ask us lah.
Yeah, you can type out. You can just unmute your mic to ask us if you have any doubt regarding making career choice. Anyone? No.
Yeah,
I hope
maybe they are
they are
filling
clear.
up the evaluation form. So maybe you
Okay.
can wait for a while.
Okay, no problem.
Yep. Okay, so Miss Angelina Go say she has no questions.
Okay, thank you. So I think we can proceed.
Yeah,
So thank you very much for joining the talks today. Very happy to see you. I pass back
yeah.
to Ian. Thank you very much.
Okay, so just a moment. Let me share my screen.
Okay.
All right. So thank you so much for the sharing session. Next, I will just introduce that we are actually having a Cyber Open Day at the moment. So this will be the dates 20th of March until 4th of April. Right. So what we have in Cyber Open Day is we have a live webinar just like now, like this. Okay. And then we also have video chat where you can make an appointment with the counselor or lecturers so you can talk to them straight away. Okay. And then we also have live chat and virtual tour. Okay, so if anyone who are interested, you can uh, scan this QR code or just go to the website openday.utah.edu.my, right? Lastly, this will be few of the ways that you can contact us. So we have Study Utah website. Facebook is Utah for You. We have WeChat. We have hotlines and email as well. So yeah, that's all for today. Thank you very much for joining us and have a nice day.
Thank you. Bye bye.
All right, thank you. Okay, thanks. 好了，他们出完了
阿燕4个，
4个啊。OK，好，谢谢你
好的，谢谢你，
Thank you very much.
拜拜。
OK，拜拜。
4个人是吗？